Do you ever wish that your parents set you up for financial freedom at a young age? Maybe their parents never taught them, and so they had no clue. Maybe you're in a position now where you can alter the destiny of your children just like I am. My name's Joe Moffitt with Master Life by Design, and today's video is setting up my kids for financial freedom by 18 in 3 simple steps. The first thing that we could do in helping our kids create financial freedom is, by the time they're 18 or maybe even earlier, is we want to educate them around finances. Now, there's incredible books out there like Think and Grow Rich or The Magic of Thinking Big, or even my all-time favorite, Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I think is an incredible book to give yourself an education, but also your children. I love that they have a board game called the Rat Race. As adults, you guys can play it. If you haven't played it, it definitely changes your mindset on how you look at things, what you spend your money on, and how you invest your money. Right? And so they even have a board game for children. I highly recommend that your kids play that. Now, my boys are 5 and 3, and so we're educating them. One of the greatest things that I love to do is I always ask my boys, I say, hey, when we invest in real estate, what are we looking for? And they say, cash flow, cha-ching. I wish I have videos of it. I just don't know if I have it now, and if I do, I'll put it in the video. But if not, that's what they do. We've been teaching them at a young age. We also teach them when we go out and buy things that this is a liability. This is an expense. It's not an asset. It's not something that adds passive income to our life. We don't get an ROI from it. We only spend the money. We never get that specific money back. And so we're teaching them at a young age about it. What's cool is my son goes to a school, Innovate Academy, out here in Idaho. And what's cool about them is they teach my boys, well, my youngest doesn't go there. He'll go there next year. But they teach them about financial literacy, about money. We don't shy away from it. Because my parents, one parent shied away from talking about money. The other one was open about it, let me balance their checkbooks and, have my own allowance and manage it and spend it on what I wanted. And so I really learned that when you lean into it, when you teach your children and learn how to budget, and budget's an important part of financial freedom. Most people think, oh, that's broke-minded. It's not true. Most successful people, they're frugal. I was just in Costa Rica. I got flown out to Costa Rica to talk to a bunch of investors around the power of mindset, vision, clarity for their future. And it was through Action Academy. And so what was really cool about that was we were talking about, how we manage money in some of these one-on-one conversations. And I explained how some of the most successful people I know, they live in abundance, but they also are frugal. They're not just going to spend lavishly because they have it. They're actually frugal, and that's one of the things that got them there. And so, anyway, we try to teach our boys and educate our children around money. And so the best thing you can do is educate your children about money. When we pay for things, we show them, hey, here's where we're putting it on this credit card. We want the points. We tell them that. But hey, we got to come in and do our banking. We got to go pay that off right away. So we want to educate our boys on financial literacy and how to be good stewards of that money, right? So we teach our kids, we have a little saying for them as we educate them. Anytime you make money or they get money, is our little ditty for them is give, invest, spend the rest. Giving, because it's a biblical principle that the more that you give, the more you receive. And it's not from a transactional component, a transactional heart. It's the ability to love, to give, to bless others, and to help others, right? We want them to have that value within them. And then to invest. We teach them, invest your money, things that will allow you to get an ROI. Will you hit a home run every time? No. Will you even get a base hit every time? No. But if you keep investing, over time, you'll start to see wins. And we start to, as our boys get older, we're going to educate them on how do you invest in opportunities that give bigger returns, and also how to mitigate the risk. But they're 3 and 5, and so we're teaching them at this level right now. And then spend the rest, pay your bills, everything like that. But you got to pay your future self first. You have to give first. That's how we are raising our boys. And so we don't shy away from it. So the best thing you can do is start educating your children, get resources and books. We have a Wayne Dyer book about money, and it's about abundance. And so we love teaching them about hard work, but also how to manage and steward and multiply and produce income and money. So best thing you can do is that to start out the gate. The second thing is really simple and practical. So our boys are 3 and 5. We use our credit card for everything, right? We want to get the points, and so we can use those for first class tickets and travel in the world. And it's awesome. You just have to have the discipline to pay it off. Now, what I did, me and my wife, what we did is we actually added our children to our credit card. Now, why would we do that? The reason why we do that, you have to give their socials to the bank and add them as the authorized user. They're never going to take our credit card and go swipe it. I'm not worried about that, especially at 3 and 5. But what that's doing is we're building up their credit score. Now, I heard everything under the sun, 2 philosophies, credit, debt can be helpful. Heard that pay cash, otherwise, broke people use credit. Look, I like to use credit. I like to leverage credit and debt. Right? And so my goal is for our boys to have an 800 plus credit score before they're 18. They will have that more than likely by the time that they're, 9, 10, just because the credit history is going to be so long that the debt on that credit limit is very low, if any at all. They're seeing it play out. There's an entire pie graph you could look on Google that shows you how credit is, how you get your credit score and all the things that make it up. And so we're just going to have our boys in a position where they're going to have great credit, so that if they go to actually buy a property, that they can get a loan. We'll more than likely co-sign for them, so it'll be in both of our names, but we'll have them do everything. Do the due diligence, find the property, do due diligence, see about rent, what's their strategy to maximize cash flow. That's all going to come from their credit score, or at least a component of that being their credit score, and then whatever income that they have coming in. So we're going to prove they work for us, that our children work for us, so we pay them. They're in this video as we show pictures of them, and so they're part of our company, so we have to pay them. And so as we continue to give them more responsibility in our family business here at Master Life by Design, in our real estate business, they'll have income coming in, and they get to choose where they want to invest and why. We'll educate them along the way. That's the first step, right? As they get older, we'll give them more and more education. But we give them a credit score so that they can maximize their foot in the door before they're 18 on how they can get a property, how they can cash flow. Because literally, we get them 3 to 5 properties, they're going to work for it. Let's just say they're cash flowing $500 each, right? That's $1,500 to $2,500. That's enough for an 18-year-old kid who will have probably a small car payment, if any at all, will have no debt, and they will just have a mortgage, and they'll be able to, and whatever they eat and their utilities, but they'll probably house hack in one of the properties. So they're going to probably cash flow, I'm going to guess, around $3,000 a month. That's the goal, the target, where they live for free, and so all of a sudden they're financially free. Now they have a skill set that they can use the rest of their life. So the second thing is building their credit score on top of their education so that they can go out and find real estate that allows them to cash flow. The last step is giving them experiences around financial freedom and cash flow. So here's what we do as a family. So we have an Airbnb, an investment property about 2 hours away from us. We're in the mountains where we actually go and enjoy that with our family. We also have a business partner and their family on the deal. They're like family to us. And so we went in together, and what we do is we all go up together and enjoy the place. And on the way, one of the things we always talk about is how this is an investment property. And when they're sleeping and playing and jumping in the spa and playing in the snow and all that, we tell them how this property we rent out to people and we make money on it. It helps pay for our mortgage. So the times that we're there, we're able to enjoy that experience and not really have to pay any money for it. So we teach them what we're doing and we give them that experience so they understand, hey, this is an investment property. Yes, this is ours. Yes, we know when we go up to the mountains, what they're going to experience and where they're going, like the rooms and the playroom and everything like that, and the backyard and the spa. They love it. And they have that experience. And so as we acquire more properties around here and across the country, wherever we go, if we're around them, we're going to show them, we're going to explain to them what those properties are doing and how that benefits us and our family. So the best thing we can do is give them an experience, allow them to see that. While we're educating them, we come home, we're like, hey, here's how much money we made from this renter, from this short-term renter this week, right? We want to educate them. You do these simple things over the next 10 years. If your kid's around my age, you do this over the next 10 years, their financial literacy will go through the roof. Their investment literacy will go through the roof. The practicality of it, where you're actually employing them if you have a business, and you have them where their credit score is already built up. You now, by age 15, have set them up for financial freedom, a position to be able to live financially free by the time they're 18. I think that's so cool, so powerful. I don't know about you, but my parents never set me up because they were never taught that, right? And so you can't teach what you don't know. And that's why we're here. That's why we do these videos, is to educate you on how you can become financially free. But remember, you also want to turn around and teach the next generation how to do that. The more freedom you have, not only the more playful experiences you can have, the magical experiences, but the more you make an impact on others. And I don't ever believe that you should retire. I used to have that mentality, but I shifted that, because if you have an assignment here on earth, if God gave you this assignment you should be doing, if you have a purpose on this earth, that you should be able to go out there and share it with people all the time till the end of your days and make the world a better place. So that's my belief. You get to choose what you believe. However, when you create financial freedom, I believe it's your responsibility to turn around and teach other people how to do the same. All right, guys, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know, what was your number one distinction or takeaway, or one thing you're going to do differently for your children to set them up for financial freedom? If you have any questions, please comment below. I'd love to hear them. I'll get back to you, I promise. I love interacting with you guys when you comment. If you're a hater, I just don't answer you, right? But if you're someone who's genuinely hungry for financial freedom, you want to learn what's that next step, then great. Let's get after it. Let's make things happen. So with that, make sure you subscribe. Also hit that notification button so you know when great videos are coming out. Pass this video out to all the parents out there that need to know how to create financial freedom, but also want to know how to set up your children for financial freedom. 3 simple steps, doesn't have to be complicated. Go get that board game. All right, so give this a thumbs up. If you have any questions, like I said, comment below. My name's Joe Moffitt with Master Life by Design. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. See you guys.